Michelle is an international student advisor. She loves her job and helping her students. Her students know they can count on her, but she's got so much on her plate, especially these days. Michelle knows how important it is for her students to have adequate insurance, but it's so hard to know what kind of health insurance all of these students have. Did this student's coverage expire? Does this student's plan from Germany actually work here? Who can she even get in touch with if these students need help? What about COVID-19? How can she manage all this? What she really needs is a one-stop shop where all of her international students have the same high-quality, affordable health insurance. With Relation Education Solutions, Michelle gets all she needs and more. Relation can provide a customized insurance plan to meet her students' needs at a great price that's simple to set up and manage. She'll have one dedicated, expert point of contact who can help her every step of the way. Her students will have high-quality coverage, including a broad PPO network, telehealth and telemental health counseling, prescription drugs, and full coverage for COVID-19. Some plans now even include benefits for quarantine. So what are you waiting for? Contact Relation today so that you can be as relieved as Michelle.
Good morning, everyone. We are so excited to welcome you to our final event, the NAFSA Region 7 virtual program, our award ceremony, and our business meeting. What a wonderful historic week it has been. On behalf of the 25 members of the NAFSA Region 7 team, I'd like to welcome you to our final program. We have had such a wide diversity of attendees at this week's program. Among our 574 attendees, we have newcomers, we have academy trainees and academy coaches. We actually have NAFSA staff, as well as our colleagues across Region 7 who are currently in NAFSA leadership positions. We've had emerging professionals as well as seasoned professionals, and every single one of you have made this virtual program truly a historic event. We actually invite you to engage with us in the chat. Our chat contributors are already communicating with you. And if you have any questions, definitely make sure you put them in the Q&A section. Next slide, please. We would like to remind you that this event is being recorded and you can access it within the on-demand content at a later date. Next slide, please. So we do have a robust agenda for you this morning. We're looking forward to sharing a little bit of Region 7 business with you and also celebrating our community. But before I get into the agenda, what is a Region 7 award ceremony and business meeting without our historic state shout out? We are going to actually do that virtually. So you should see a poll. Tell us which state are you representing in Region 7? And please feel free to make some noise in the chat. And after the poll closes, Charter will be sure to share the poll with you, or share the poll with us. Shout out to our tech team. We have Jenny Frankel, the Florida State Rep and the Chair of FAIE, our Chair-elect Angie Edwards, and our past Chair Charter Morris, who are handling all the technology and the slides today. Are we ready to share the poll? All right, look at us. We are representing across Region 7 and beyond. So thank y'all. So I'm gonna run through our agenda really quickly. We're going to have an update from our interim treasurer, as well as hear a special recognition from our sponsors. We're also going to hear the results of our case study competition today, and we'll have a chance to celebrate the 4 winners of our regional awards. We'll share with you our chair-elect, or other words, the chair of the 2022 conference. We'll have a chance to celebrate our past chair, Charter Morris, and we're gonna be looking ahead to 2021 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. We are so looking forward to when we can gather again. So sit back, relax. I have my NAFSA water bottle here. Definitely engage in the chat, and we'll look forward to some updates. So now I'm going to yield the floor to our interim treasurer, Ashley Krutz. Ashley.
Okay, great. Good afternoon. So I'm here today to present some of our budget and financial updates. Some of you might have caught my update this fall, in which case this will be very similar to that. So just to run through some numbers, we did have some conference income that rolled over this year from 2019. So you'll see that in the sum of $820. You'll also see our 2020 conference income. We were quite unsure what to expect from a virtual conference. So we budgeted conservatively. So you'll see that budget of $5,570 was our projected income. We budgeted that on 150 registrants, which we beat, woo, as well as only being able to obtain 2 sponsors. I just want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors, and I know we'll talk more about them later in this presentation, but in the early days, when we were still a bit unsure, we had projected to run the conference at a bit of a loss. Their overwhelming support helped us get into the black before we even opened up registration. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It means a ton to Region 7 that you support us in a fashion like this, especially in a year like 2020. So thank you so much. So you'll see our actual income, our actual income as of 11/6. That was $13,897. That is in part a lot because we had such great sponsorships as well as a high number of registrants. But I want to get a shout out to all of you who donated. I kept getting emails. Ashley, I know it's not a lot, but I chose not to use my comp code and I paid the $18 instead. Every little bit of $18 helps. And as you can see, it really helped us turn this conference around from one that was projected at a loss to in the black. So thank you so much. Again, I'm always overwhelmed by the amount of support that I feel like we get in Region 7. So thank you. You'll see our 2020 expenses were pretty close to what we projected. So we projected $8,868, and they actually came in as of last Friday at $8,826. I don't anticipate that number will fluctuate a lot, but we are still, working and closing things out. So both the projected the actual income as of 11/6, as well as the expenses might change a bit. But I wanted to give you a, status update of where we were as of Friday. You'll also notice our 2020 operating budget. As many of you know, February is typically our leadership spring team meeting, and in February, the whole world was talking about COVID-19. At the time of our spring team meeting, it was still very much so something that existed abroad. But when it came here to the US and we pivoted to a virtual conference, a lot of the expenditure you'll see in our budget was from the spring team meeting. That was about $12,300 US dollars. So you'll see since then, we've really been mindful of our spending to help offset, any kind of conference unexpected expenses that come along. Slide. We're able to do this due to the financial stewardship of previous leaders in the region. So you'll see the balance of our Sun Trust on January 1st was around 322. Now you'll notice that that number is quite different from November 1st. A lot of that was we were able to comfortably pay a hotel deposit for Birmingham, as well as our all conference event deposit. Neither of those were cancellation fees. We were able to pivot that contract to 2023, which I'm super excited about, and went ahead and paid those deposits out of that checking account. You'll also see our investment account has grown since January 1st. It came in at around 171, and as of November 1st was 174. So we do have in total assets as of November 1st, 2020, around 408,000, which is great. The NAFSA Central team always encourages each region to be prepared for emergencies and to have about the cost of 2 conferences and their total assets. And I think we're actually sitting in a really good place with 2020 withstanding. So now I'd like to take a moment and introduce our development coordinator, Carolyn Robinson, who's going to talk a bit more about our sponsors.
Thank you so much, Ashley. I appreciate it. On behalf of the NAFSA Region 7 leadership and its entire membership, I would like to enthusiastically thank all of our sponsors and advertisers who partnered with us to present this inaugural virtual event. To be quite transparent, as Ashley mentioned, we just did not know how fundraising would go during this unprecedented time, but we were so pleasantly surprised about the turnout. Many of our returning sponsors sought us out. Some of our partners are sponsoring with us for the first time. So it just goes to show you the strength and importance of our region, its institution, and its members. So to our 13 sponsors, including Armstrong Law, Cambridge Assessment International Education, Campus Sims, Foundation for International Services, Insurance for Students and Future Health, ITEP International Test of English Proficiency, JCHEC and JCHEC Scholar Testing, Japan Exchange and Teaching Program Alumni Association of the Southeast, Luremark International Student Insurance, Relation Insurance Services, Study, UPSIS Undergraduate Program in Central European Studies in Prague, and Webster University International Network of Schools. We are so thankful for your support. We would have not been able to put on this conference without you. So now I'd like to hand it over to Erin Clevenger, our IEL and TLS Knowledge Community Liaison.
Thank you so much. When the regional leadership team realized that we were going to need to move from a face-to-face conference to a virtual setting, it was our desire to ensure that we provided a virtual experience that included as many developmental opportunities as possible. To meet this challenge, numerous team members volunteered to take on a process of converting face-to-face events such as resume reviews and poster presentations and the case study competition into virtual events. And I count myself extremely lucky to have been a member of several of these groups, one of which was the team of Kathy Stromley-Golden, Eric Simmons, and Angie Edwards, also known as the 2020 TLS Virtual Case Study Coordinating Committee. And what an amazing committee it was. In converting the TLS case study competition into a virtual competition format, we actually found that the 2020 event provided us the largest number of teams and the largest viewing audience we've ever had in the history of hosting the case study competition. And while the virtual format was slightly different than our face-to-face normal format, it was slightly different. What didn't change for the teams was the opportunity to network in a fun environment, get mentorship from seasoned international education professionals, and the chance to present solutions to an international education challenge in a supportive environment. And speaking of a supportive environment, I'd like to thank and take this opportunity to recognize two groups of volunteers, both our team mentors and our panel of 3 judges. You can see their names listed on the PowerPoint. Without these volunteers and their support, the case study event would not have been nearly as educational or enjoyable. Finally, before I announce this year's winners, which is one of the 5 teams that you see listed on this next slide, I want you to know that it was an extremely close competition. In the words of our 3 judges, each team identified feasible goals and objectives, appropriate metrics, logical action items. Each group demonstrated a depth of understanding of complexities of the international education. Each team was so very close mathematically on the rubric that we gave the judges, and yet the judges went together and discussed for over 15 to 20 minutes because they had such a tough decision to make. However, there can only be but one winner, and this year's winner is from North Carolina State University, Mariah Henderson and Samantha Silliman. Congratulations to both.
Thank you, Erin, and congratulations. This is such an amazing event, and honestly, this format, we've talked about this a good bit, the online format allowed many of us to attend some of these programs we don't normally attend. I'm in the ISSS sphere, so I don't often get to view the TLS case study or my Education Abroad counterparts presentations. So this has been such a fantastic opportunity to see this. And congratulations to Mariah and Samantha. I have the honor of introducing everyone to our newest chair stream member. Liz Dilley is going to be the 2022 NAFSA Region 7 chair. She had a unanimous selection in our election process this year. A little bit about Liz Dilley, if you don't know her already. She is currently the Assistant Director of Student Life International Programs at the University of South Carolina, Aiken, where she has served since 2018. She oversees education abroad and international student services and is currently working with university partners on developing and expanding internationalization initiatives for the campus community. Liz began her career in international education as a graduate assistant in 2008 at Shippensburg University of Pennsylvania, where she was pursuing a master's degree in applied history. She has previously worked in international education offices at Mercer University and at Presbyterian College. Her professional experiences in international education have encompassed education abroad management, international student and scholar services, campus programming, crisis management, and development of international partnerships. Previously, Liz has served as the South Carolina State Rep and the KC Education Abroad Liaison for NAFSA Region 7, and as the Chair and Education Abroad Liaison for the South Carolina Association for International Educators. We are so happy to welcome Liz back to the team. We are very much looking forward to her joining us in just about an hour. So congratulations to Liz. And now I wanted to get into our Region 7 awards. Every year, NAFSA Region 7 takes time to recognize those in our field who exemplify the best in international education. We solicit nominations from across the region, and we in the chair stream get the distinct privilege to see the good that this profession can do. Region 7 honors these accomplishments through its 4 premier awards: the Community Volunteer Award, the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in International Education Award, the New Professional Award, and the International Educators Award. About the Community Volunteer Award, this doesn't necessarily go to one of us who is actively engaged in international education and involved in NAFSA. It's really meant to recognize important and significant contributions of unpaid volunteers, those who support our international initiatives both on campus and within local communities. This year's recipient, through her work with the community organization, has provided invaluable support to multiple local institutions' international students' offices, connecting hundreds of international students from across multiple colleges with American host families, as well as arranging events like shopping trips, group dinners, and welcome activities. Through these efforts, the recipient demonstrates the best of intercultural connections and communication. And with great pride, I introduce our award winner this year, Carolyn Brown. She is the 2020 Community Volunteer Award winner, working at ESL and Friendship Partner as the ESL and Friendship Partner Director for Briarwood Presbyterian Church here in Birmingham, Alabama. The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in International Education Award was created this year. It's the first year that we're honoring someone for this. This award recognizes an international education professional in the region whose work fosters inclusive practices, promotes diversity, or advances equitable systems at their institution. Some words about this recipient that we received from her nominators. The recipient has been instrumental in increasing the diversity of students studying abroad. In particular, she has dedicated herself to serving the students in multicultural student affairs. From her thought-provoking conversations with colleagues to her motivational conversations with students, she positively impacts everyone with whom she interacts. She has a strong moral compass that is guided by her faith and is not afraid to speak truth to power. It is with great privilege that I introduce our inaugural recipient of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in International Education Award, Corey Saunders from North Carolina State University. Congratulations. Now, the New Professional Award is meant to recognize an individual in the region who has made an outstanding contribution to international education through their enthusiasm, their potential for leadership, and their actual accomplishments in the institution or community and within Region 7. Said about this year's recipients, the nominee is committed, conscientious, and in the most laudable of ways, tenacious, Her creative approaches to international student and scholar engagement were demonstrated many times over through her accomplishments. The nominee's capacity for caring for our students, for our local community, and for our international populations is huge. Using the last several years as the benchmark, I have no doubt that she will go on to have a long and meaningful career in international education and that her contributions will be felt by us all. This year's recipient of the new professional award is Alison Leclaire from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Congratulations, Alison. And finally, the International Excellence Award. The International Excellence Award is given to honor a highly experienced individual at the culmination of their career who has best exemplified the true spirit of international education. I wish everybody could read the full nomination letters. They were amazing. And I think that they sum up this better than I could ever do, but a couple of snippets from this. And I really had to pare down because I could not put all of this on one slide. In fact, I'd probably need 3 or 4 more slides to even do this justice. But my nomination is based on her willingness, commitment, and tenacity to engage in the important work of internationalizing higher education in service to students and the institutions which serve them and historically impoverished communities where they live, study, and work. This means that she has been a trailblazer without the benefit of endowed funds, healthy and well-resourced budgets, or constituencies who themselves fully appreciate the importance of engaging globally. Her other nominator said, "I have never seen someone that concerned to the betterment and success of students, fellow colleagues, faculty, and staff. No matter what her position is, she has always made time for students, fellow colleagues, and other nonprofit organizations where she served in leadership and mentorship roles." And it was with great, great privilege that I introduced my friend and colleague, the winner of the International Excellence Award, Kathy Stromal-Golden, at Mississippi Valley State University. I have worked with Kathy for many, many years, from my time when I worked in Mississippi to my time now on the NAFSA Region 7 team. And I am very, very happy to see her recognized for her many, many accomplishments. And with that, I wanted to play a brief video of our award recipients. Normally, they would have the chance to receive the award in person on stage while we all eat bad chicken and have a bad cup of coffee. I still have my bad cup of coffee here, but at least we get the privilege of seeing them by video.
Hey, my name is Carolyn Brown, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for the NAFSA Region 7 Community Volunteer Award. It's been such a joy to be involved in the international community here in Birmingham, Alabama. Some of my favorite things are welcoming and connecting international students and scholars, whether that's through teaching English or sharing a meal together, or even just through connecting through the Briarwood Friendship Partner Program. It's been such a privilege to get to share and experience culture together. And it's also really opened my eyes and many other people's eyes who have been involved in these same things to just such a bigger picture of the world. So thank you again, and may we all welcome well.
Hello, I am Corey Saunders, and I use she, her pronouns. I am the Assistant Director for Strategic Marketing, Diversity, and Inclusion in the Study Abroad Office at North Carolina State University. It is an honor to receive the NAFSA Region 7 2020 Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in International Education Award. I would like to give a special thanks to Allegra Laing, Kim Preby, Malaika Maribel Serrano, Kyle Keith, Alejandra Para, Marcela Cervantes-Torres, and Nasha Wittenberg for contributing to the nomination letters. I would also like to thank the selection committee as well. This work is not done by the individual. Although I am the one who is holding the award at this time, this goes far beyond me. To my ancestors and elders who paved the way, to my community and village who continue to support and engage in this work with me, and to our future generations, this is for all of us. Ubuntu. I am because we are because I am. Again, I say a heartfelt thank you.
Hi there, my name is Alison Leclaire, and I am one of the program coordinators in international programs and study abroad in the Haslam College of Business at the University of Tennessee. I am so incredibly honored to be this year's recipient of the NAFSA Region 7 New Professional Award. My study abroad journey began when I was 14 years old in a small town of Hagen, Germany. Like many education abroad professionals, this study abroad program changed my life. I remember coming home 4 weeks later, sitting down with my mom in the kitchen and saying, "Mom, I need to figure out how to keep doing this for the rest of my life." So fast forward 15 years, and I am now a study abroad advisor that gets to encourage and support students in their study abroad journey every day. And I'm so grateful to be in a profession that I care so deeply about. And of course, I couldn't have made it here without the support and encouragement of a lot of folks along the way, including my parents, my boss, Sarah Easler, my mentor, Katie Sauer, coworkers and colleagues like Lauren Jacobs and John Wilkerson, and of course, my lovely, lovely students at the University of Tennessee. And so I am once again so humbled to be this year's recipient of the New Professional Award, and I look forward to what the next 15 years have in store.
I am honored to have been selected to be the recipient of the 2020 Region 7 Excellence Award in International Education. I'd like to thank my colleagues who thought me worthy of the nomination, Dr. Lokesh and Dr. Pam. And I'd like to thank the selection committee for thinking me worthy. I am pleased to be in the company of people such as Maynard Odom and Heather Housley. Thank you.
So at this portion of our ceremony, we get a chance to honor our past chair, Charter Morris, who chaired the 2019 conference in Orlando. If you've ever met Charter, you know that he is truly unforgettable. So we ask for you to share in the chat, what is one word that you would use to describe Charter Morris? And as you contribute, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Charter. Charter joined the Region 7 team in November of 2015, and he joined as the KISS liaison. He actually transitioned into the chair stream in October rather, of 2017. Charter has a extremely long list of accomplishments. He's made significant contributions to all of the conferences where he served on the board. And in this conference, he has played a significant role in our technological capacities with leading our tech team and making sure that our conference software has worked seamlessly, swimmingly, and really being the backbone of the technological aspects of the program. But I'd like to focus on who Charter is as a person. He has served with our region with dedication, with grace, with humor, and really with an eye towards making every member of our region feel welcome and feel equipped to do their job every day. He's always had the very best in our region in his heart and mind as he's led. I have a quote from one of Charter's cohort members who was the 2019 chair of Region 6. This is Elizabeth Angerman, and she says, "Charter has been an amazing colleague. He is kind and unfailingly generous with his time and his expertise. Your region is very lucky to have him. We were sure lucky to have him in our cohort." If you haven't had a chance to, we have a very special tribute video to Charter within our on-demand content. Please watch it. It will make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll just make you feel good. So we invite you to, if you haven't done so already, to watch it and enjoy. Just to close, Charter embodies the heart of NAFSA. He strives for the highest good of his students and scholars, his colleagues, and the field as a whole. We will miss him terribly on our team, but please join me in the chat to thank Charter Morris for his exceptional service. Thank you. I will now pivot next to our chair-elect, Angie Edwards.
Thank you, Allegra, and thank you to Charter for all your work. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I am Angie Edwards, and I have the honor of serving as the chair for 2021 for NAFSA Region 7. And I am incredibly excited that we will be hosting our 2021 regional conference in beautiful and historic San Juan, Puerto Rico. So please save the date, October 17th through 20th, 2021. And to hear more, I'm going to pass it off to our Puerto Rico State Rep, Dr. Francis Santiago-Torres.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Is this a good background for everyone to get you pumped up? I am here to present someone that a lot of you know, but some maybe don't. So I will present architect Luis Irizarry, who is Assistant Dean of International Relations at the University of Puerto Rico, Rio Piedras campus. And Luis is PDSO and RO. Luis has also served Region 7 as state rep previously. And he is now our LAC co-chair for Region 7's NAFSA conference at San Juan, Puerto Rico 2021. Luis? It's Luis.
Okay, there I am. Thank you, Francis. I'm sorry for the delay. Thanks for the opportunity to address you. And as we are concluding this year's conference, we look forward to having Region 7 members back in Puerto Rico. 2020 has been a rough year, and we are all looking forward to take a break while we work on 2021. There is no better place to do that than in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Before I continue, let's see this promotional video.
Bienvenidos and welcome to sunny Puerto Rico, where a pristine stretch of beach, sunny skies, and a tropical landscape create a relaxing haven for one positively paradise resort, Caribe Hilton. As a U.S. territory where English is widely spoken, experience the benefits of not needing a passport, using the same currency, and having the same cell phone coverage while still feeling like you're worlds away on a tropical escape. Located on an exclusive peninsula at the gateway of Old San Juan, the resort is just 7 miles from San Juan International Airport and steps from Paseo Caribe, a new dining and entertainment complex. From the second you walk into the lobby, you will discover an iconic resort that's been wowing guests since 1949. After a more than $150 million top-to-bottom makeover in 2019, Caribe Hilton ensures you have everything you need to make your visit memorable. Situated on 17 acres of exotic landscaping, the adventure starts here on its beautiful, secluded beach. Enjoy sun-filled excitement with 3 oceanfront pools where you can lie back under a cascading waterfall or enjoy an array of water sports such as snuba and snorkeling. Private pool cabana rentals can add an extra layer of luxury and relaxation. Bring the kids and find some family fun for everyone with a variety of daily activities, oversized games, and outdoor playground. Explore the best destinations and tours in and around the island with the help of our friendly concierge and car rental opportunities right on property.
The Caribbean Hilton Hotel, venue for all conference activities, is an extraordinary place that you will definitely enjoy. This promotional video gives you a glimpse of what you are to expect during your visit. The strategic location of the hotel will give you the opportunity to visit the historic district of Old San Juan, as well as the Condado tourist area. I must admit, the hotel is so nice that you may not even want to leave the premises. And I recommend you to consider visiting other attractions like El Yunque National Forest, Trujillo Beach, the Bacardi Rum Distilleries, the University of Puerto Rico Botanical Gardens, all within an hour drive in the city. We highly recommend that you add a day or two to your stay so that you can have a little more time to visit places like the municipality of Ponce in the south coast, then Mayagüez in the west, and return to the northern coast to complete your look while getting a glimpse of all there is for you to see in the island. The average high temperature in San Juan for the month of October is 88 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average low temperature is 76 degrees. So there is no need to bring fall attire. You will have the opportunity to experience many culinary options in and around the hotel. Flavorful, but not spicy. Again, the local arrangements committee looks forward to working with our chair-elect Angie Edwards and seeing you here in Puerto Rico for an exciting conference. Don't miss it. And I bring back this to you, Angie.
Thank you so much, Luis. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to start looking at flights right now. I am so excited and really looking forward to having an in-person conference next year. And I could not ask for a more beautiful location. So if any of you had the pleasure of joining us at the bi-regional a few years ago in Puerto Rico, you know what amazing hosts they are down in San Juan, and so we're really looking forward to this. And Luis is going to do an amazing job with local arrangements, so I hope you all will be able to join us. But it's about time to close out our business meeting. I want to give a special thanks to everyone who has made this virtual program possible. The Region 7 team, you all have been amazing and like a family and really pulled together. The NAFSA staff has really helped and supported. Everyone who presented a poster or a session, hosted meetings, all of our sponsors and advertisers. We could not have done this without you and volunteers. And if I overlooked anyone, I apologize. I want to give a very special thanks to our chair for 2020, Allegra Laing. You have really led us through this historic event with purpose, vision, and grace, and we are so ever grateful to you. Finally, before we really close out, I just want to share a few reminders that recordings of sessions and meetings are being added into the online conference planner. You can access those on demand through the end of the year. There's also some other content listed under on demand in the conference planner that you can access through the end of the year. So hopefully you will take advantage of that, go back and rewatch those sessions that maybe you missed, or maybe you really want to go back and soak up pieces of. We're grateful to have that opportunity to share on-demand content with you all through the end of the year. Also, if you're interested in applying for the NAFSA Academy, I myself am an Academy alum and really love NAFSA Academy. I'm a huge advocate. Applications are due today, so if you haven't already submitted your application, I would strongly encourage you to do that. Also, if you are interested in presenting a poster presentation at the annual conference in Orlando, the deadline's coming up on December 9th to submit your proposal for that. There are also free resources we want to remind you for career mapping under the NAFSA path. And lastly, please, we encourage you to consider volunteer opportunities through the region. If you have any questions about positions and how to volunteer or get involved, please reach out to us. You can find contact information on the NAFSA website under Region 7. With that, unless anyone has any other final comments, we just want to thank you again for being part of this historic first ever virtual program. Thank you for making it such an overwhelming success and coming together as the NAFSA community despite not being able to meet in person. Thank you all so much and have a wonderful weekend.